Okay, for video 3, 46E says, with your team, find as many ways as you can represent the solution of the hills are alive problem. Be prepared to share the different forms you found with the class. Well, you're not going to share, but hopefully you came up with 8 xylophones, 16 yodelers. You could use an ordered pair. You could make x equal 8, y equals 16, or you could say where the lines intersect. I will be looking at your responses to see if you thought of any other way to represent it. 47. The equation of two lines are given below. The table of solutions for the first equation has been started below the equation. So, in this first one, you see 10x plus 4y equals negative 8, and it said negative 4 and 8. And you could go through and plug in these x's to find the y's. And you could do it right from there. But again, I wanted to take advantage of having this opportunity to again show you how you can solve for y. So the equation was 10x plus 4y equals negative 8. So you could subtract 10x from both sides and you would get negative 10x minus 8 equals 4y. Then you can divide both sides by 4, and when you simplify that fraction 10 over 4, you get 5 over 2. So it becomes a negative 5 over 2x minus 8 over 4 is 2 when you divide. So you get y equals negative 5 over 2x minus 2. So then you can go through and you can plug in. If I plug in a negative 2 here, I'm going to get 3, and then negative 2, and then negative 7. So you can plug them in there. And then when you graph the lines, when it says graph both lines, without actually solving the system, predict the solution. So if I go through on this one, my b is negative 2. I go down 5, right 2. Here's my equation. Here's my line. And then over here, if I start plotting those points, I'd have negative 4, 8, negative 2, 3, 0, negative 2, and 2, negative 7. So you're going to see that they are the same line. So it's going to have infinite solutions, because when you went through and we simplified this, right here, maybe you could even tell that these were the exact same equation. Well, if they're the same equation, then therefore it would make sense for them to be on top of each other. So they would have infinite number of solutions because it's the same equation. And then it says solve your system and predict your, or was your prediction in A correct? So if we have 10x plus 4y equals negative 8, and then y equals negative 5 over 2x minus 2. This tells us what y equals, so we can plug that in. 10x minus, and then 4 times a negative 5 is a negative 20, divided by 2 is negative 10. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And then you have the 10x and the 10x, those will cancel. You'll be left with negative 8 equals negative 8, which means that it would have infinite number of solutions. And those are your notes for 422. Please let me know if you have any questions.